y'all ready?
Who's ready, monkeys?
You guys are in for some serious fun visiting some of my favorite places. Now, Mama B, I hear you're an allergy sufferer like me, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Me and Mr. Monkey.
Oh, well, be sure to pack your Flonase Allergy Relief. Some of the places you'll be visiting have some of the highest allergy counts in America.
We're ready, right, monkeys?
Yeah!
Guess what, kids? We are ending our road trip at the iHeart Country Festival.
That's right. Y'all are going to see so many cool things. I can't wait to hear about y'all's trip on the road. Yeah! I'll be checking in with you guys on the road, all right?
Okay.
So get out there, be greater than your allergies, and I'll see y'all soon in New York and Austin, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Let's go!
Follow the AB Family Adventure and enter for a chance to be greater and win your own ultimate travel adventure. For complete details, visit begreater.flonase.com.
Hi. Seeing some familiar faces as you walk in, right? So,
How we doing?
we're good. Give it up for Kellie Pickler. Kellie, it's so great to see you again. We met like a couple of years ago.
We were trying to catch up back there.
Yeah, we're like, what's
and
been
then
going
they're like,
on?
you gotta get out there.
We got to talk. We actually do work. We have to do work. But, I'll never forget the time I saw you walking on this American Idol stage for the first time. I was watching it with my roommates at the time, and I just was like, I knew you had something special. I mean, it was pretty incredible. And now, 10 years later, look at you. So congratulations on all of your success. We just saw the end of American Idol, and you were a big part of this last season. Talk about what it felt like to come back a couple of times, be a mentor, and see the rest of the cast members and the contestants.
Well, you said 10 years. Isn't 10 years? I was 19 and green and still a little green, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Time doesn't slow down for anybody. We were talking about that backstage or back there and behind the curtain. I've been so blessed to be able to chase my dream to Idol, and Idol was the road that led me to Nashville, and I get to put my life in the form of a song and sing about it, and because of Idol and the music career, other opportunities have come along that have been major blessings in my life, and our friends, my husband, and there he is. That's Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
And so we get to do this silly little show together and have fun. But yeah, like I said, I've been blessed, and going back to Idol and mentoring was so much fun. I was working with Amelia and Tristan, a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I could not imagine putting myself out there into the world that young. But they're so talented, and it was wonderful going back. And the finale I thought was amazing, and it was like an Idol reunion, an Idol family reunion, and we all got to catch up. And backstage was like a circus, but it was a good one.
Well, you still keep in touch with some of the contestants, right?
Absolutely.
Who do you still talk to? Who are you tight with?
Well, mostly a lot of people from our season moved to Nashville, and then a lot of contestants from previous seasons have moved to Nashville, and so it's really like Nashville went to LA for Idol for the week. But I talk to everybody. I mean, I can pretty much get along with about anyone.
And you have like a Nashville crew, right? A crew of girls that you hang with and you roll
Well,
with.
I hang with everybody. I mean, I'm friends with everyone. But I think it's very important the company that you keep. So you surround yourself by good people that love you enough to tell you when you're right, but love you even more, to tell you when you're wrong. But I'm blessed with good friends, good company.
We've been seeing a lot of you because of this show. I love Kellie Pickler. It's awesome. Love it. And It just got picked up for a season 2. Congratulations.
Thanks, yeah.
Talk a little bit about what it was like to kind of take people into your life like this, into your married life, into your family life, everything.
Yeah, well, being on a show like Idol, my life was kind of an open book from the get-go, and I think the world was introduced to my story on a personal level so young that, I was used to the cameras, and I'm used to that. But I think with anything, you have to set boundaries. So before we started shooting the show, we sat down, my husband and I sat down and said, all right, this is what we're comfortable doing, and this is what we're not going to do. You know, we want to keep it fun. We feel like there's enough mess going on in the world. We want to be a bright light. Mm-hmm. You know, these are short little 30-minute episodes, 13 episodes. We want to make people smile. We want to make people feel good and whatnot. So we set those boundaries from the get-go and said, this is, like I said, what we're cool with, and this is what we ain't going to do. So,
what are some of the things that you do that you wouldn't do?
Anything that did not feel natural to us. And we're not, you know, there's no cat fights. We don't have any cats. But, you know, like I said, we take pride in the company we keep. We have amazing friends, amazing people in our lives, and we want to shine a light on them and what they're doing and help build whatever business that they have going on. We want to help them, and hopefully the show will do that, you know, for everyone involved. We just want to keep it positive, so, yeah.
And you do. I mean, I feel like you really give people a sense of who you are and a real glimpse into your life. What about season 2? What do you think we can expect? Have you started filming any of it yet?
We have started shooting, and it's definitely going to be a high adrenaline rushed season, I guess you could say. And I know I'm not really filling in the blanks there, but there's going to be a lot of fun, crazy little adventures that we go on. That it's going to be really good. It's going to be crazy.
You have us really curious now,
No,
Kelly. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see because it's not going to premiere till August, right?
Till August,
yeah. So we have
yeah.
a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But talk about your relationship with your husband because you kind of are opposites in a way, and you also write music together. Mm-hmm. What's that dynamic like, and you know, how do you keep it going and keep it fresh?
Well, I think that, you know, there's a difference in being in love and liking someone. And it's great when you're married and you have both. You love them and you like them. So, yeah. So, you know, we know that we can not do any of this stuff and be just fine. You know, our marriage is number one. If ever it feels that anything is creating, I don't know, is dividing us, then we cut it out of our lives. So, and luckily we haven't had to worry about that. But I think your priorities, making sure your priorities are in check, you know, and everyone's priorities are different, and we're all entitled to that. That's all right. For us, our marriage is number one. So if ever we feel that anything's creating a distance between us, then that has to go. So we hold our marriage sacred, and it's a treasure, and you have to protect what's important and sacred to you. But like I said, we have fun. We laugh a lot with the show. I feel like we capture so many real sweet, beautiful moments that, you know, a lot of couples experience and whatnot. My in-laws just moved from Minnesota to Nashville, and which y'all will appreciate it up here because, you know, y'all know what it's like to have snow. Yes. And in the South, if it calls for snow, the whole town shuts down. It's like an apocalypse. Yeah, so they got a big kick out of their first Nashville winter. The weatherman said it was going to snow, and the whole town shut down. And they're like, "There's nothing in the grocery store. It's all gone." I'm like, "Welcome to Nashville." So I can tell you, they're going to be on season 2. So nice. You'll meet the in-laws, and maybe you'll hear my mother-in-law and I swap accents.
I love it. Can't wait for that. Well, you're so busy, and through it all, you know, you can easily get run down. I just recently learned that you actually suffer from allergies, and we're in this crazy allergy season right now. So tell me about how you balance that, and just, you know, whether it's taking care of yourself and sleep and all of that stuff, how you stay healthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get one body, so you got to take care of it. And I've always been somewhat of an allergy sufferer. After moving to Nashville, it got way worse because it's really bad there. I didn't know until I moved there that it's actually one of the highest allergy-ridden cities in the U.S. So being able to partner with Flonase was so wonderful because it's true to me, and I need it in order to do my job properly. But yeah, I met this amazing family, the AB family y'all saw in the video clip. They are so wonderful. Those kids are just darling. They are so precious. I just saw them right before we came over here because we're kicking off a road trip, or they are today in New York, and they're going to all of the allergy-ridden cities in the U.S., and then we're going to meet up in Austin for the iHeart Country Music Festival.
That's very cool, and people can get involved, right, with the campaign. How can people get involved?
Yeah, well, you can go to begreater.flonase.com and kind of follow the journey and enter for a chance to win a pretty cool trip. Nice. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I know you've been busy with the show. It's been a couple of years since we've seen a new album from you. I'm just wondering if you have anything in the works.
Well, I have not gotten the studio yet. So as soon as we wrap up shooting the show, because I didn't realize how time-consuming. You know, I thought it'd be like, okay, we shoot this day and maybe that a couple days later. But it's a lot going into filming a show. So we shoot pretty solid for about 3 months. So that's about all I have time for right now. So after we get that wrapped up and we get the show launched in August, then hopefully I'll be able to go in the studio later this fall.
That's cool.
Great.
With the writing, are you going to be writing with Kyle again? And how does that work for you? Are you guys at home in your house? And how does that work for you?
Well, Kyle's my favorite person to write with because he knows me better than anybody. So I don't know, and it's such an intimate thing to do with someone when you sit down with a guitar or piano or whatever you like to write with. And you just open yourself up and you put your life and your heart and your soul in the form of a song with another person as a co-write. You really get to know each other. And we really got to know each other early on in our relationship. We actually met and then started writing together the very next day. And it was just like, oh, this is my man. So, yeah, but it's wonderful working with him. I love that we have that in common, our love for music, and he's such an amazing writer and producer and musician, and so it's great that we're able to do that together.
Oh, that's awesome. And you've been able to flex a lot of different muscles. We saw you on Dancing with the Stars just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And you won. Congratulations.
Thank
a couple
you.
of years later. I mean, take me back to that experience and what that was like for you. And do you use any dance skills at home? Do you do anything?
Oh, I wish. First of all, I miss it. That was one of the most incredible things I've ever been a part of. And I would go back and be on the show again in a heartbeat. It was so much fun. Derek, of course, is a dream dance partner to work with. He is so wonderful. And you really just, like Idol, you spend so much time with the other contestants and your dance partners and the crew and everyone that works on the show for however many months that you're on there. You just build this little family. And so it's like I have my Idol family and my little dancing family. And it's just, I don't know, that was a pretty incredible journey to go on. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I miss it.
We talked a little bit about idols, and who are your idols growing up, and who do you look up to now?
My idol growing up was my grandma. My grandma Faye was the woman that raised me. She was the woman that I called mom, and so she, she was a very influential woman in my life, and she passed when I was 15. But I still look to her as my role model, as someone that when I go home and people that knew my grandmother, when I hear them say, oh, you remind me of Faye when you said this, or the way you looked at me reminds me of your Granny Faye, which everybody back home goes, your Mama Faye. But that's the greatest compliment anyone could give me. So I think as I grow older, hopefully wiser, I want people to look at me and see my grandmother in me.
Oh, that's really nice. I love that. What advice do you have to people coming up, or a woman who's trying to make it in this business? Because it's not the easiest thing, I'm sure. Just a lot of pressure, and it could be daunting, I'm sure.
I think the best advice I could give, just kind of the first thing that comes to mind, is be very mindful of the company you keep. No matter what you do for a living, what career you are, chasing or, want to pursue, it's so important the company you keep. Surround yourself by people that you want to be like. and nobody's perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. But you surround yourself by people that love you and care for you and want to see you do well, and they're there to catch you before you hit the ground, And if you do hit the ground, they help you get back up and dust you off. But, just be around good people.
I love that. I read a quote somewhere that you said, maybe it was on your website or in some press materials, that you said your life is like a country song. But is it? I mean, do you feel like it has been like a country song?
Do you listen to country music?
I do.
Yeah.
And why?
I think we all have a story to tell, and that's what country music, and not just to say country music, but music in general, pop, rock, R&B, soul, jazz, blues, all of it. It's all about telling a story. And I think we all have our own story. We don't get to choose the place the day that we're born. We don't choose, the cards that we're dealt in life. We're not the dealer, but we do choose how we play the game. So I think, you just
make it work.
Common sense, I guess, will get you.
Yeah.
You can buy an education, but you can't buy common sense. No, I'm just thinking, but no, seriously, but but no, I've been very blessed to know what it is that I want in my life and to just chase after it and make it happen. And I didn't do it by myself. I have amazing people around me and that will pat me on the back when I do something right, but they're quick to tell me when I do something wrong, but in a constructive way, in a good way, which you have to. You have to have those people.
And we'll see that play out this summer on I Love Kellie Pickler Season 2.
You'll see that.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. But before we go, we'll have some great questions from the studio audience here. So let's do it.
Hey, Kellie, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here. To piggyback off of what Lauren was saying earlier, you definitely have this vibrant energy when you enter a room. So thanks for being here. My question for you is, what were some difficulties you faced while breaking into the Nashville scene? I know it's so competitive out there that it must have been pretty wild to rise to the top and be pretty much on top of the world right now.
Well, I think, and I'm not just saying this because, we're all here and there's all these people recording, but Nashville is such an amazing city. The people there, genuinely, I understand the competitiveness to a degree, but I was really shocked at, moving there and seeing how much the city just welcomed me with open arms. And there's always someone that's willing to write and play. There's, people there that are so talented, some of the most amazing musicians and writers and performers in the world of all different formats that live there and migrate there. That it's just, I don't know, I never really felt that competitiveness. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I never really felt that it was, I don't know. I never felt that it was this, anyone was out to get you. You know what I mean? Or pull the rug out from under your feet. I've always felt like the people there, and there's good and bad everywhere, but for the most part, the people that I've been blessed to build a relationship with and cross paths with, they've been very helpful, and I haven't had anyone do any spitefulness, I haven't had anybody be ugly, as we say, be ugly. But I think it really goes back to just making sure that you surround yourself by good people and positive people. It's so hard to not become a product of your environment. So you have to be mindful of that. But yeah, just being around good old people and you got to let go of all the bad and just make room for all the good. And trying to keep your perspective in check and whatnot. And I'm, believe it or not a very competitive person. I just kind of do my own thing and hope for the best and just work hard and whatnot.
Hi, Kellie. Do you have any pre-show rituals?
There you are, like, I do not see anyone say, there you are. I'm sorry.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Jack Daniels. Yes. I know. I will say that I went back in that little green room. That's the first applause that I got. Jack! They got a little cart back there that's a little shy of some Tennessee loving. So I'm going to have to send y'all a little single barrel. Yes. But that answers your question.
Yeah.
Very professional. I know. It's so funny.
I think we have one more question.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, baby.
I've been one of your fans for about 10 years now, one of your biggest fans, and I was wondering, what is your craziest fan experience?
Oh, my. The craziest?
Or one of the craziest?
I have, I guess being on stage, one of the most bizarre, just because it's a Kellie Pickler show, I'm not Kid Rock, so I don't expect you to throw your undergarments on stage. But I've had, bras land on the mic stand. Actually, I don't know where Rob is. My tour manager is hiding back there somewhere. I think it was the Hodag Festival. Is that in Wisconsin, maybe? I'm not sure. One of the festivals. Somebody threw their red thong on the stage, and it landed right on the stand. It was flung up like a slingshot, and it went perfectly right on the little hook that my mic, and I was like, yeah, that's a little crazy, I think. It's a little much. I'm not sure how they maneuvered doing all of that. But
Hey, that counts.
they had a
That
good
definitely
time.
counts.
I had to get some antibacterial wipes and hose that sucker down.
Get it clean, man. All right.
Yeah, I've had interesting undergarments thrown on stage, but I guess it was all in good fun.
Yeah.
I didn't catch anything, so I'm good.
They're showing their love for you, Kellie.
Yeah, I
Pickler,
suppose.
so.
That's a little bizarre.
Yeah. Well, that's a great way to end this talk. But thank you.
Or the following to the bathroom's a little bizarre.
Okay.
I did have someone hand, several years ago, a napkin at the Cracker Barrel under a stall and wanted me to sign it.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's crazy. That's probably crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'll see you in the gift shop. That's a little awkward, but yeah.
All right.
I can go on for days with weird shit that people do.
We can be here
Hashtag
all
weird
day with
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your lovely questions.
Yes.
And Kellie Pickler, thank you so much for coming today to AOL Build.
Thank y'all.